Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Ryan and I have flown all the way to Finland to hang out with our buddy Villa here at Ylivoimala. We have a big truck show we'll be attending this weekend, the Power Truck Show in Harma.
Yeah.
Did
correct.
I get that close enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty close. So hope to see you all there this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be getting there Thursday evening, hanging out all weekend. But we've got to get our big, beautiful fire truck. We're calling it a fire truck because it caught on fire last time. The boys have got it running, but it's got some coolant leaks. It's got some air leaks. We've got some new batteries to put in it.
Yep.
I think we're going to cut the back of the frame off to make the back of the truck a little bit lighter for doing burnouts and do some different things. We have to get all this done this evening, which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
well, we have tomorrow also.
all day Wednesday to make sure this thing is at least 90% ready to go. So we can do some burnouts, at least more than one.
Yeah. Sled pulling.
And sled pulling.
Yeah.
And hang out with all of you guys there at the event. Hope to see you all there, but first things first, we're gonna get some batteries put in this thing, get it cranked up and get it pulled in. All right, so we have some brand new X-Side Power Pro batteries from Oulu.
Yeah, from our pal.
What's his name?
Arokoski.
What he said. Nice guys. I think I met him at the truck show last year. I'll be hanging out with him at the truck show again this year. But they've got us set up with some new batteries and get this thing swapped in here. We've got our buddy from Santala.
Yeah, Sandala print.
He's gonna be coming and putting a really sick wrap on the truck. All kinds of cool stuff happening. But we've got the DeWalt here. I'm not used to working with DeWalt tools.
Yeah,
These things usually break all the time and
Too
stuff.
nice for you.
We used to it's a little spicy. Anyhow, we're used to working with Milwaukee stuff.
Yeah, red chunk.
We'll have to make this work for now. But these batteries are like stone dead. Like they have no life left in them at all. So some new batteries, all new coolant hoses. We'll replace the ones that are blown and bad. Could have got a right size socket, I guess, but I was too lazy. We don't have anything. All right, we're making it work. Villa's walking all the way around there to go get the right tools, but I'm used to working with not the right tools, so we made it work. And he's probably hot micing somewhere, talking to someone. He's gonna get all the way out here. Battery's gonna be installed. I wish we could bring this truck back to the US so bad. So bad. All the 24 voltages. Don't worry. Ryan just ripped. So be careful. You might be walking in a gas chamber there.
Oh my God.
Is it... All right. Okay. Hey. Are the keys in it? Who's gonna steal this thing? Oh, smells exactly like I left it. Full of fire extinguisher smell. You could, yeah, it smells terrible.
Oh, I got the keys.
Okay. I think there's actually some goodies up in the top bunk I meant to bring home with me. I need to climb up there and see if they're in it. Nope. It's gone. I grabbed one of the posters from the thing that had my face on it. Stuff. All gone. Look at all this. I have a job for you, Ryan. You can clean all this fire extinguisher retardant out of here. Okay.
Huh?
I guess nothing works. It might have burned up everything. We have blown fuses too. Guarantee. All right. That's that really good tuning. maybe the good mechanic Misa.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get this thing aired up and try to maneuver it out of here without having to move everything. Water in it. Back up some. Is it full of water? Sounds so good. All right. I'll back up and move over, and then yeah. All right, so the ABS or something's kicking in, so Villa says he's going to show us how to do it. Come over to this side, Ryan. You see all the smoke? Smoke's not good, but it is cool. All right, now we got to work on it, and it's like 10,000 degrees. Oh boy. It has no coolant in it either, but ain't gonna hurt it. Looks like the cab's holding air. That's good. Yes, sir. That thing sounds so nasty. All right, now let's crack the cab open and work on it now that it's 500 degrees, at least.
The thing is that I'm just better driver
Oh,
than
yeah,
you
I
are.
guess.
There's nothing wrong on the truck.
Other than it catching on fire.
Skills.
All right, now we'll let Randy jack it up.
I gotta go.
You gotta do that number 2 and make a deposit. All right, guys, we're back out here this morning. We got a good night's rest, got past the jet lag. We've got some new coolant return pipes, and these sit here on top of the cylinder heads, and these are some that were melted, and they are in like really bad shape. So we've got to get up here and replace them. I think I can do that without pulling a lot of the stuff and intake pipes out of the way. Now, Misa has been in here and done some repairs with rubber hoses. But we're going to take all this stuff off that he put in here to try to repair it and put these factory style formed hoses inside here. It's been a hot minute since I've actually worked on something. It seems like the only time I work on stuff is when I come here. That's okay. So if I can get in here to these hoses or not, we may just have to cut some stuff, but we're gonna get these old ones ripped out of here. These have got like a quick connect fitting on all the cylinder heads. We might be able just to break them off actually, and then remove them. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we'll just kind of pop those off. And right here is one where it's actually melted and leaking, so we'll get all that removed. There it is. Out of here. And get this new hoses put on. See, look at that. Oh, you can't see it, but this one is like super melted, like bad. It's in terrible shape. Ryan can put in here where this thing caught on fire last year, because we have a lot of new viewers that maybe didn't get to see this truck and some of the action we had with it last year. And yeah, hopefully we don't have a fire. We've determined the cause of the fire was this intake pipe that comes off the turbo, which gets really hot, right? Because it's compressed hot air before it goes into the intercooler around here, where we actually have water injection installed. And we had to repair some airlines where the water injection pipes are bad from the fire also, but this gets really hot. But underneath that intake pipe, compressor pipe, I have the hiccups now. I drank too much Fanta this morning. Fanta is so delicious here compared to the US. Anyways, and try to wrap this. We're going to either pull this off or wrap the fuel lines underneath it. Anyways, that got so hot it melted the fuel lines underneath it. And that caused fuel to spray, which got on the exhaust, and big fire. Now, Misa has already been in here and replaced a lot of fuel lines on the front of the engine. You can see where some of these have already been replaced that he's messed with. So a lot of the issues that this thing had, you can refer to their YouTube channel, which they haven't posted on in over a year, which we need to fix that problem, or close to a year, where they actually replaced and fixed a lot of things on the engine. So we've got some coolant lines to get replaced, and you can see where someone else had actually probably got rid of the plastic and worked on this before in the past, but the fire definitely did some serious damage to it. So we're gonna get these old fittings that are like this off the cylinder heads, you can see down in there, and get this new coolant return line replaced. All right, so I got most of our new cooling return lines installed on the engine. We went and pulled the charge pipe off the turbo because we need to get up inside the center of this engine here and wrap it with the fuel lines with some heat wrap.
Yes.
Yes. But Misa is here.
Yeah.
Really good heat wrap guy.
The best thing, the best.
Best. I think this is what we'll have to use, is this.
Yeah, the big one.
Big stuff. So I've got a piece of our charge. Is this the charge hose? Or no, this is the feed line that goes to our methanol injectors, and we found a hole in it. And we need this methanol to keep this engine cool. So I'm gonna go grab some new pipe, and I think Villa's gonna jump up on the top of this engine.
No.
And
it ain't me.
Work on pulling these fuel lines off so that we can get these heat wrap put on it. All right, guys, we got some new pipe here. Villa's talking smack about my welding. We've decided to, so what are we gonna do with the intake?
I think we are gonna change the intake from the front of the engine to the back of the cab, because now we are taking all the hot air in the front of the engine, but it's not good. When you have like 3 bars of boost, whatever it is, on your language. I don't know. But anyhow, if you are taking like hot air from the front, then 3 bars of boost, it gets really hot. Then we melt the fuel lines like the last time. So
And make a really big fire.
yeah,
But we're not going to do that this time. So what he's talking about doing is coming off the intake or the intake side from the compressor there and running right out back here and just pulling in nice cool air, hopefully, and probably all the smoke from the tires.
well, that's why we need to make a stack for the intake
Well,
also.
we just run it inside the cab,
Yeah.
and then I can sit there with the starting fluid and spray it in it while we're doing the burnout or something.
Yeah, what a great idea.
All right, so we've got this new pipe here. I don't know if we really need to run it back here or not, but we can. Cutter pliers. Set them down somewhere. Do we see cutter pliers anywhere? That's not cutters. This is
got
why
cutters
Ryan
in
is
there.
not a mechanic. I mean, they do have some cutters in there. Boom. Now I need to zip tie it up nice and neat. We have lots of zip tying to do, so we'll save that for last. There we have it. All right. Well, I guess we've decided to, instead of wrapping the fuel lines individually, we're going to get some wrap and just wrap the charge pipe. It makes maybe a little more sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we get some of that fancy chrome or gold stuff. The gold,
Yeah.
24 karat.
That's the YouTube style.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess while we have to order the wrap for the charge pipe, I'll go ahead and get the new coolant hoses, return lines for the passenger side of the truck. Does it have any other coolant leaks? I guess we have to charge the system and see.
I don't think so. There's others.
But we're gonna rip down all the insulation. But I mean, it didn't catch fire last time. It did its job.
Yeah.
There's only fire on the back side.
A lot of fire on the and inside the frame from the battery cables. All right. We'll let Ryan rip all the insulation down so he can get itchy instead of us.
Nope.
I think so. So we had a mic up by our cameraman there. But anyways, we're at the back of the truck here. We've got the tires off both sides. What we're going to be doing is removing the calipers, brake rotors, and dropping as much weight off the back of the truck as possible to try to create less resistance while we're spinning the tires. Now, we want to keep one tire on the back so that when we do sled pulling, it's not as essentially standing straight up, and this would most likely drag the ground.
Yep.
Probably. So we're gonna have one tire back here, but getting rid of quite a bit of weight back here is gonna help a lot. But what I want to point out is these rear hubs, along with the front hubs on these Scania trucks, I think most Euro trucks, right? Or
Yep.
They don't use any oil; they use grease.
No.
And you pack these bearings full of grease, and they last a long time.
Yeah.
The list says that the axles or the bearings wear out before the grease does.
Yeah, usually. I
But,
would say like 1 million kilometers before you have to change the bearings. It's not common to have them.
Or even if you service the grease, it may last longer.
Yeah,
But you also have a lot more weight on this one axle than what we do in the US.
yeah, that's true.
So that affects a lot. So anyhow, there's a retainer washer we got smacked loose on here that folds over and keeps the nut from coming loose. And then we've got the big gun on the other side. We need that. There you go, one nut removed. This time we already did the other side, so I know a little bit about this. We'll try to keep this bearing from hitting the dirt. Big stick. Oh, wait a second. We're getting too far ahead of ourselves here. We got to get this caliper off first. All right, let's do that. Now, these chambers have the brake set on them, so they're going to pop out of there when we take them loose.
Bang.
Boom. all the pressure. Now our brakes are released. We've got to get these big bolts right here on top loose, and the caliper will fall right off, hopefully. Should be another small socket somewhere. The dust shield to take off. Right in the scrap bin. And add that to our weight, maybe? Probably not much. But it's something. Now he's got these big 3 bolts right here on top and 3 on the bottom, but we'll get the ones on the bottom loose first, this breaker bar. Maybe.
Big strong.
Big, strong man. That's how you pull something in your back. Now, according to Villa, we don't need our ABS sensors on the back. I don't know if he's right or not, but
I'm always right.
big right mad guy.
Yeah.
Always mad too.
Not always.
Sometimes.
I've been in good mood. I really like to watch when you're working.
Oh yeah?
It makes me happy, yeah.
Alright, now we get these top 3 out. And watch this caliper hit the floor.
How heavy is it?
I have a really hard time working with DeWalkie tools. DeWalt.
Why?
Because they just work so slow. I think these bolts are already loose. Here, Ryan, come hold your foot under here.
Oh my gosh.
Heavy. Maybe if Ryan's car had calipers like this, they wouldn't be bad all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
For him riding the brakes and stuff. Alright, so now we have to take this hub off in order to unbolt the rotor.
That thing looks real heavy.
It's not light, that's for sure. I don't know why I did that, but... There we have it. Now, looking at those bolts, you'd think they would never come out, right? They look really rusty. But I already loosened them up with our Milwaukee earlier, so... I'm not counting the weight of all the hardware, too. Big hammer. It's hammer time.
Stop! Hammer time!
Now, what is that for? That's to protect the grease or something?
No. It's the spacer between them.
Oh, the bearings.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Kyllä mun mielestä pitää olla sillä, että se ei ihan suora. No melkein. Jos meillä on vaan sitä putkia, niin samahan se on laittaa.
This is a lot easier to have to deal with oil. Like way easier.
Perfect.
There's a German word for that.
Really?
Gudentheit. You never heard that before?
No.
Apparently Ryan hasn't either. Now there's a seal in here, which we showed was messed up, so whoever installed it last probably didn't line up something perfectly, but we're not too worried about this axle going down the highway anymore, since this is strictly for off-highway use. This truck is no longer on highway, so we're not too concerned with that. But that was pretty quick. I mean, look how fast we had all this off. Now, we didn't really care about the brake caliper hitting the floor, cutting wires and stuff like that. I mean, changing the brakes on this thing, I feel like you could do it really, really quick compared to having to work on something else. Now, we have to find a way to block off our air lines going to that brake can. Well, we could just zip tie the cans up underneath the truck.
Yeah, it will work.
Unless we can find a plug or something to block it off, but all right. Now let's see how much everything weighs. We've got 2 calipers, 2 rotors, 145 kilograms.
Yeah.
Times 2.33 in pounds, so. Well, let's put 1 tire on there. So 145 in this stuff. Let's put off those. Plus 170. So what's that? 315K. It's a lot.
It is.
600 and 700 pounds, something like that. All right, so doing the math, 315K times 2.33 convert to pounds is 733.95 pounds. 734 pounds whacked off, taken off the truck. All right, so we're gonna find out if something to do with blocking these rear brake chambers off, or that, or we'll zip tie them up, put the outer wheels back on here. That definitely has to help with doing some spinning the tires big time. Imagine if we got rid of all that, that'd be like a lot more.
Yeah.
We could always just weld the rim to the frame and make it look like it's there. Oh boy, all right. Well, now we have 0 parking brake on the truck.
Yeah.
So now we need to bring wheel chocks.
Yes.
We'll just have Misa ride on the back of the truck and just get out and throw them every time we stop somewhere. But we do have brakes still, so don't think we don't have brakes. We still have brakes, but no parking brake. But all right, well, that secures everything on the back. We'll find something to plug that off. It's lunchtime. We're gonna go grab some lunch. Expose Ryan to some finished lunch.
Yes.
Up here on the front, before we head out anywhere, Misa is working on making a custom intake. He's fabbing up some really cool stuff. And we're gonna run the intake basically right out here somewhere and get it away from that heat. We're waiting on heat wrap to show up so we can wrap our charge pipe there. And then we'll put all that back together. Santala Print will be here this evening around 5 o'clock to work on wrapping the truck. And then Team Tapani will be here this evening with his truck to do, so we have lots of cool stuff going on, so don't go anywhere, guys. All right, we're back from lunch. Ryan's got a tummy full. He's back to being happy. He's done found the John about 5 times since then. Got our brake chamber off, and I've got our fittings that screw into the brake chamber loose, and you can see that's how they go right there. Since we are gonna block them off, we've got some plugs here. Now everything's metrics. You have 16 millimeter pipe thread, I guess is what you call it. And then they have this fitting that you screw onto there. Everything here just kind of makes sense, as much as I hate to admit it. So we're gonna tighten this onto here and then reinstall it back on those air lines and then zip tie them up out of the way and do this to both sides. And we should be good to go with blocking our air back here so it doesn't leak. And then once we do that, we can get our rear tires put back on. Now this is some kind of thread sealant. I've never seen something like this before. A little bit different than what I'm used to working with. Kind of like it. So just a little dribble there. And we'll get this tightened down. And keep checking boxes off the list. Nissa's hard at work. I'll have Ryan get some clips of him. He's building the intake pipe to come back up here from the turbo, hopefully to keep some cool air going inside that engine. All right, we're ready to put our back tires on. I've got all of our air lines plugged up and zip tied up there out of the way. But 734 pounds, that's a lot. That's a lot of savings. Imagine if we took everything off of here, it'd be a lot more, but I think we'll make it work for now. So let's get these tires put on here. I don't know if Villa has a tool to pick up tires. If not, I may deflate that airbag or something. We'll get these rear tires put on. Misa's still over there hard at work. If he hasn't got the pipe done already, we're getting close. We're almost ready to go. We're gonna make sure to do some practice burnouts, make sure this thing's 110%. No getting down there and braking this time. We have to do everything. One tire on, one more to go. These things are heavy. I'm baked, man. Wish we had fender covers to go on it, but we don't. It'll be what it'll be, I reckon. All right, the back of our truck is complete. Now we've got some heat wrap that has showed up. I set it somewhere. I'm gonna wrap this pipe really good, hopefully protect the rest of the truck from heat. Looks like Misa's about got our pipe ready to go. Get this thing wrapped and get it put on. All right, we've got a mic right in my face. Our charge pipe here, and I've got some heat wrap. I've got this stuff soaked in water. In case any of you didn't know, whatever you're wrapping heat wrap on anything, you're supposed to soak it so it actually wraps and pulls nice and tight. And we're gonna get this thing wrapped and hopefully prevent some fires from happening. Now we've got 3 rolls. I think the biggest part we're kind of worried about is this right in here, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it one time with what we got here and then once over it again and see how we end up. But hopefully prevent this thing from having future problems. Just love how all the tools here are like perfect everywhere. I mean, a solid vise mounted to the floor. Mine's mounted to my toolbox back home. on wheels, yeah. Gotta be careful tightening this up. I don't bust this pipe. I'm sure Villa's got plenty of them laying around, but nonetheless, get this thing wrapped good and keep some heat off stuff. I've said that like 5 times, but that's what we're doing. You definitely want to wear gloves when you're working with this stuff because it is fiberglass. You want to hold this for me?
I'm gonna pass.
You're going to pass?
I can hold the end here.
Good. All right, we got our pipe completely wrapped, but you guys just got to see Misa welding up all the exhaust, all the intake. We have 2 stacks, one that doesn't blow black. Check that out. There's our new intake pipe. Should hear turbo noises from that.
Yeah.
Big time. Right next to the loud stack. So we're gonna get this thing put back in its home now and button up the top of the engine. Then we're gonna test the water methanol system, make sure it doesn't have any leaks. We should be able to activate one of these solenoids, I guess, or probably that one.
Where?
The solenoid up there on top of the intake. And that should turn this valve on right here, I guess. What is this one right here? Is this a pressure solenoid?
We have the light inside of the gap. I think that's for
The light maybe.
Yeah.
And then that's the turn on the
Yes.
when it hits certain boost pressure. So, all right. Well, let's get this thing put back in its home very carefully. I don't remember how I took it out now. You think those are okay still?
Yep.
Maybe put some oil on them.
Yeah, some lubricants.
We have some super expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Nano.
Ali's bedroom.
Nano lube.
Yeah.
There. Just like that. Boost pipe. To its home. Just like that. Maybe. There we go. No. Huh. Wonder if our heat shield is hitting. Yep, that's what it is. Crap. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up here for this video. Hope you enjoyed our first video here back in Finland. Misa's wrapping up our stack and everything. They were hooking up the intake pipe for the compressor. Hope to see you all at the power show this Friday and Saturday if you're here in Finland. If you're traveling from other countries all over the place, can't wait to hang out with everybody. We've got a custom wrap going on the truck. That'll be in the next video. Our friend Anton from Tapani Trucking will be here tonight. We'll be hanging out with them. All that's coming in the next video. But comment down below, guys, if you're excited to see this thing out ripping and doing some really cool stuff in the very near future. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. We'll see you later. Peace.